Last year, the management of our plant decided to improve the processes in production to optimize the operation of equipment. We are engaged in the production of pharmaceuticals and have been on the pharmaceutical market for more than 20 years. At the general meeting on the development of production, the leading engineer of the analytical laboratory suggested updating the analytical and laboratory equipment. Using analytical equipment, they monitor the ratings of moisture level, melting time, transparency, dissolution, hardness parameters, thickness, viscosity. Many analytical operations to determine the quality of raw materials, finished products, we conducted on technically obsolete laboratory equipment, which often did not provide indicators of verification. I have been working at the plant for 10 years as a leading production technologist. I was tasked by the management to find and buy an analyzer of gelatin gel strength, which is used to determine the composition of jelly in gelatin. I began my search, having clarified the necessary parameters in advance with the leading engineer of the analytical laboratory. He suggested choosing a modern analyzer with a test range of 5 to 1000 grams. The engineer advised me to contact the equipment manufacturers first. They provide warranty service, drawings, operation manuals, and installation of manufactured equipment. I took his advice. I chose one company in Germany, which produces pharmaceutical equipment. I visited their website and wrote a letter, in which I indicated the desired parameters and the capabilities of the machine. I didn't specify a particular machine. I wanted to see what they could offer me. After a week I got the answer that they don't produce the gelatin gel strength analyzer, but they can develop and produce it, if the customer wants, by the end of the next year. This is too long for us, so I decided to look for equipment from other manufacturers. I found a company on the internet from Russia that produces a gelatin gel strength analyzer. I called them and asked if they could supply such equipment. They answered that they had such a machine. The manager asked for my phone number and said she would call me back in the evening when she checked with her company engineer about the capabilities of automatic equipment. However, she did not call in the evening. I contacted them the next day. The manager said that she had passed the request on to the design department and that she would contact me when she got an answer. This seems strange to me. When do I wait for an answer? How long to wait for an answer? Not a business-like approach to the customer. After a series of failures, I gave up on the gelatin gel strength analyzer on my own. Then I remembered that at the Forum of Producers of Equipment for the Pharmaceutical Industry in Moscow, I met a specialist who was engaged in selection and supply of laboratory equipment for the production of drugs. I found his business card, and before contacting him I decided to check whether he really specializes in the supply of equipment for the pharmaceutical industry. In order to do this I found his website and thoroughly studied the information on it. I liked that the website was up to date, with video clips of the equipment and lots of contacts for communication. I also noticed that the website had been around since 2003. The company had been on the equipment supply market for a long time, and that is a good reason to say that it was successful. I called the manager. He said that he remembered me and was happy to hear from me again. I told him that I was looking for a modern gelatin gel strength analyzer with simple controls. He suggested the option of a machine that was popular with customers and proven in production. I agreed to consider it. The manager emailed me the passport and the instruction manual for the equipment. He also offered to perform a turnkey delivery. I liked the proposed version of the equipment, and I agreed it with the management. A week later we made a contract for the supply of the gelatin gel strength analyzer. 30 days after signing the contract the manager called me and told me that the equipment was ready, and in a week it would be delivered. The equipment was delivered according to the contract 1 month later. The equipment was as I wanted it to be, with simple and convenient controls. The unit consists of a gelatin analyzer, a constant temperature water tank and a condenser. The device controls all operations related to determining the composition of jelly in gelatin. The laboratory engineer, and myself included, were satisfied with the proposed option of the gelatin gel strength analyzer. Choosing an analyzer was not easy. I went a hard way. There were obstacles and failures, but I was lucky. I met a specialist who solved my problems, gave competent advice, and left positive emotions from communication.